Launch your Linden House visited by Washington. Special to the Journal, Linden, February 16th, sometime in the 50s. An imposing and stately old structure stands on Wood Avenue adjoining the Pennsylvania Railroad tracks, and few of many who pass the building daily on foot, by train, or motor vehicle realize the historical significance attached to this house now occupied by the Wood family. It is thought to have been erected more than 150 years ago and was a stopover place for the colonists who found it necessary to travel from New York to Philadelphia during the Revolutionary days. It was said George Washington had lunch here on one of his many trips from Philadelphia. The building has been in possession of the Wood family for close to a century and a half. The original structure was a one-story affair and was remodeled some years ago by the late Meeker Wood, father of the present Fred M. and Sadie Wood, who now occupy the homestead. Another floor and additional rooms were added, but the interior design of the original structure was not disturbed. The house, which was known as an inn when it was first erected, was acquired by John Wood, grandfather of Fred M. and Sadie Wood, more than 100 years ago. Since then, the Woods have lived in the house. The building also has the distinction of having housed the first post office in Linden. Meeker Wood was the first postmaster. The house was torn down in the 80s to put up that monstrosity of condos next to the train station. You know, the one that was illegally built over the height. Corruption's always happened in the government, right? No different today. The absolute loss of history in this town is confounding to the mind. Places where George Washington ate, torn down without a second thought. Not a single battle marker, even though this was on the front line of the Northern Theater for 8 years during the Revolutionary War. It boggles the mind that not a single student in our school system is taught anything about this town. The Truth About Colonial Linden will be continuing to put out these videos in hopes that some of you might actually, for the first time, hear these amazing things about our town. The project will be joining Minutemen Media, which will be launched sometime in March, where you'll find all sorts of history-related subjects, some news, some sports. Let's face it, folks, the media has failed us, and we're failing ourselves. You can't move forward unless you know where you've been. Thanks for watching over the last 2 years. And hopefully, within the next 5, we will have that full-length documentary giving us back our history. Have a good one. In the Roselle-Linden area, one could take a day trip to see the area of Declaration of Independence signer Abraham Clark's land. He was also a major voice and leader pushing for the Bill of Rights to be entered into the Constitution, a lawyer to the poor, and widely regarded as being tops among his peers. 2 of his sons were captured during the American Revolution, and both of them were not released until the final prisoner exchange, late in 1783. There's a stone land marker demarking the border between Abraham Clark's land and his relative Richard Clark's land, behind the Roselle Shopping Center on Raritan Road in the Super Fresh parking lot. Moving into where the golf course is, there once was a bridge that Abraham Clark was having built when he died of sunstroke. The one road leading from his lands to the marker, we weren't able to confirm if that was actually there. We're just surmising, because he built the bridge, that he would have had a farm road to survey his lands and to plant and such. That probably would have connected to Raritan Road, but that's unconfirmed. Abraham Clark's homestead was on the outskirts of the hamlet of Wheatchief. Originally it stood on Crane Street, but now a block away on 9th Avenue. The replica house and the boundary marker are what still remains.